All right, let's get right into it. What if I told you that everything you've ever learned about getting wealthy, all the apps, the saving tips, the hot stock picks, is missing one absolutely crucial ingredient? And no, it's not a finance degree. It's your mindset. See, the truth is, our money decisions, they're almost all emotional. Logic comes in a distant second. So I really want you to think about this for a second. What if the secret isn't some hot tip you gotta go find out there, but something that's already inside of you, quietly shaping every single choice you make with your money? And that's the whole game right there. The single most powerful force in your financial life is the invisible script that's constantly playing in your head. So today, we're gonna figure out how to find that script, and even more important, how to completely rewrite it. All right, so first things first, we've got to understand where our money habits actually come from. And it all starts with this thing called your money story. So what is a money story? Well, it's basically everything you soaked up about money when you were a kid. You know, whether your parents fought over bills all the time or if they saved every single penny, those experiences created a kind of blueprint. And chances are, you're still following that blueprint today, probably without even realizing it. And this right here makes it super real. This is a personal story from the source material. Imagine growing up seeing every single rupee stretched to its absolute limit. That creates a story of scarcity, right? So what's the reaction later in life? Splurging. Not because it's logical, but as this deep emotional need to finally feel in control. That is a money story in action. Okay, so once you understand your story, you actually have the power to change it. But how? How do you actually do that? Well, in this next part, we're going to get into exactly that. How to take back control of that script running in your head. Man, this slide just nails one of the biggest traps out there right now, social media. You hop online, you see someone made a killing on Dogecoin, and suddenly you feel like you're failing. But here's the thing, you're not playing the same game. They might be chasing internet clout for the weekend while you're trying to build real, long-term wealth to fund your business or retire early. You have to define your own game. If you don't, you're just going to end up playing somebody else's, and probably losing. And a huge part of defining your game is getting a handle on this really powerful idea, the enough rule. Think about it. If there's no finish line, the race just never ends. You keep chasing more and more, not because you need it, but because your ego keeps moving the goalposts. Defining what enough means for you, that's how you finally tell your ego, hey, we're good, we won, the game's over. So seriously, take a second. What does enough actually look like for you? Is it being totally debt-free? Is it having a specific amount of money saved up? Maybe it's just the freedom to work 4 days a week instead of 6. If you don't define it for yourself, you'll never, ever feel like you've actually made it. Okay, so we've done the internal work, right? We're rewriting the script. But the real world is full of stuff that's going to test that new mindset. So let's talk about some of those external forces. You want to know what's way cooler than getting rich quick? Getting rich slowly. That's the absolute magic of compounding, where your money starts making money for you. It's not flashy, it's not sexy, but it is an unstoppable force. It's the superpower that rewards patience over pure intensity. Just look at these numbers. $200 a month. I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot, right? And after 5 years, the growth is, well, it's modest. But then look at 10 years. It gets pretty significant. And after 20 years, it's exponential. It goes vertical. That's time doing all the heavy lifting for you. This right here is how real wealth gets built. All right, let's get real for a second. Here's a brutal truth. So much of our spending is just a performance. We buy things not because we need them, but for the signal they send to other people. This is that invisible status trap, and it is one of the fastest ways to stay broke. And here's the crazy part. People don't admire you when they see your fancy car. They just admire the car. They're imagining themselves in it. They see your stuff, not you. So please don't trade real wealth, which is peace of mind, freedom, and security, for that kind of temporary fake applause. You know, here's a secret about adulting they don't really tell you. Life is gonna go sideways. It's guaranteed. Your car will break down at the worst possible time. A global pandemic will flip the world upside down. An emergency will just appear. It is never a matter of if, it is always a matter of when. See, real peace of mind, it doesn't come from just hoping everything goes right. It comes from being ready for when things inevitably go wrong. These are your financial shock absorbers.
having an emergency fund, keeping your expenses low, staying away from too much debt. This is what lets you handle the chaos. It means you're in stability mode, not survival mode.
Okay, let's put all the pieces together. These rules aren't just a bunch of random ideas. No, they actually form a complete system for building a truly resilient financial life. I want you to think of these lessons like a suit of armor. You know, one piece is helpful, sure, but the whole set? That's what makes you unstoppable. So, step 1, knowing your money story. That's the diagnosis. And the rest of these, that's your prescription. So, for example, if your money story is all about scarcity, then step 3, setting your enough point, that's your secret weapon. If your story's about chasing validation, step 5, ignoring the status race, is your shield. You see, you have to stack them together. And I really want you to remember this. This whole thing, it's not about being some kind of financial genius. It's about your behavior. It's about being the person who doesn't just consume content like this, but who actually gets up and does the work, day in and day out. So this is the real question I want to leave you with. Forget trying to change everything all at once. What is the one money belief you need to let go of? The one habit you can start right now, today. Just pick one. Because true wealth, it doesn't start in your bank account. It starts right here, in your mind.